My people, everywhere is boiling. Like the so-called opposition coalition is in a big drama. Finally, Kenneth Okonkwo has shown us who he truly is. Like he has 100% right to support whoever that he wants to support. But him saying A today and doing B tomorrow is something that I don't get. Kenneth Okonkwo has been shouting like for a very long time now that Kwankwaso, Atiku and P2B should step aside. But today, he is supporting the old politicians that he condemned, saying that it is only the Northerners can kick Tinubu out from the Asorok in 2027. He is talking about Atiku. My people, Kenneth Okonkwo said that Tinubu will win if the opposition coalition present a Satan. Like how? Anyway, take a listen and see what Rufai Tackles said concerning, what Kenneth Okonkwo said yesterday. And at the end of this video, I'm going to also read out the reactions from Nigerians, what they are saying concerning Kenneth Okonkwo comment. But before then, just take a listen and hear for yourself what Kenneth Okonkwo said in this particular interview. Take a listen.
You're saying all of this gives you no concern. The membership is solid and yes, you are moving forward.
Yes. And
you're not deterred by this.
Again, what I want to tell you is there is no express provision in any constitution that when somebody wants to resign, he must put it in writing. So you can resign by conduct, orally, or in writing. There's no place in the constitution. So if I become a member of another political party, automatically I've resigned from the other one.
When you heard about Mr. Abure's group in the Labour Party threatening Mr. P2B, what did you think?
What I think is that what you have just asked me is the internal affairs of Labour Party. I'm no longer a member of Labour Party and let them sort out their own.
But you and Mr. P2B are a member of ADC now.
Well, P2B said he's still in Labour Party. So until he comes into ADC officially and formally, then I'll be able to take your question.
The APC and the government of the day, he said that whatever is the constitution of the people in ADC is of no consequence. They are wasted and of inconsequence. The people and the movement called the ADC or the coalition.
Yeah, who said that?
The government has said so.
You still believe this government? The government also told you that they are going to give you 12% increase in GDP. Have they been able to exceed 3%? This government said they are for the welfare of Nigerians. I told my people, I want to travel to Enugu State to establish ADC. And I may want to stay 2 days there. And they told me I have to set aside about 800,000 naira. Because the flight, one-way ticket, is about 250,000 naira. So when you go and come back, stay in a hotel for 2 days.
Have you tried
and do other things?
Have you tried
Enugu Air? Beautiful. I congratulate my governor for the inception of Enugu Air. I had made my booking before then. I will soon try Enugu Air. And I enjoin every Nigerian to come to Enugu Air. The state of peace.
You will pay for that advertisement. But the big question here is, how do you know Bola Tinubu very well.
Yes.
You know the APC as presently constituted. How do you want to defeat that tendency in our political climate at the moment in 2027?
Now, it is a very easy thing if people would yield to strategy and not sentiment. Give Bola Tinubu his own style, his own strategy, and he's back to Bodilon. What did Bola Tinubu do in 2015? He went to the north, picked a man that he knows that all the Northerners are in support. As at that time, Bola Tinubu wanted to be president because he said it's his lifetime ambition. But he knew that if he, as a Southerner, tries to take out an incumbent Southerner, he will fail. Because nobody has succeeded from the same section of the president, incumbent, to take out an incumbent president. He went to the north and brought a man that he knew that all the Northerners are supporting. And when he brought him, any combination from the south took out Jonathan. And he bided his own time. And he came in later to become the president. That is strategy. If my own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a Northerner in 2027.
Really?
Yes. And it must be my condition to the Northerners. It must be a Northerner that the whole North will be willing to support.
Like an Atiku.
If the whole North is willing to support an Atiku, why not?
Or
So that
or a Tambuwal.
if the whole North is willing to support, why not?
Or an Rufai.
Good. The person must be qualified, must have experience, and if he has experience in the presidency, it's an added advantage. And when we put up anything from the South, that will push him through. Let me tell you.
But would that be fair? Would that be fair that there was an 8 years of Buhari,
Good.
a 4 years, if the case is the way you have put it, of Bola Tinubu, and then now the South has not had a share of 8 years in a rotation understanding of Nigeria, politically speaking? Would that be a fair game?
Good. Thank you for this question. And let me use this opportunity to clarify. The term of the president is 4 years, not 8 years. According to Alex Ekweme, what they agreed initially is that this post will be rotated amongst the geopolitical zones for 4-year term. And it will, in 24 years, it will have completed. But when Obasanjo came in, that was why Ekweme contested for 2003 election. That was when he said it. When Obasanjo came in, he took 8 years. But what happened? When Yaradua came in, before he finished one term, he died in office. Did they not insist that he must finish his 8 years? The answer is no. You know why? It is one term for the president, and the 8 years is for the incumbent. If the incumbent is doing well, if there is a supervening event that stops an incumbent halfway, the other half is there for every Nigerian to contest. And if it goes to the other side will now spend 4 years. That was what happened between Yaradua and Goodluck Jonathan. Yaradua spent 4 years. Just take it 4 years. Of course, you know he died before the third year. And then it was a supervening event that did not allow the incumbent to finish the 8 years. What happened? Goodluck Jonathan came. The North said, please, let us finish our 8 years. They said, no, it's a joint ticket. Something has happened. And this is the vice president. Treat it as a joint ticket. Let them divide the position now into half. 4 years for the North, 4 years to the South. And after, it will come back to the North to finish its 8 years. And that was what happened. Even when Jonathan wanted to now continue to do 8 years, the North said no. That will now be injustice. And they fought, and they took it back to the North. And the North finished 8 years. Now it is back to the South. And Tinubu has become incurably bad. And now you want to terminate his incumbency. Anybody telling you that it's injustice, if the North comes in, if the South comes in, and whoever wins in a primary election will take it for 4 years. Where is the injustice? It has happened before. And anybody telling you to bring a fresh Southerner to compete against Tinubu, a Southerner, is trying to tell you to zone the ticket to Tinubu, and Tinubu will win outrightly.
So you're saying that invariably that Tinubu's possibility of becoming or being re-elected in 2027
yes,
is incumbent on the opposition fielding the same candidate from the same zone. But that if the opposition wants to beat Tinubu and the APC,
yes,
the candidate must come from the opposite zone.
Absolutely. 2019, the opposition wanted to use Atiku with Obi to beat an incumbent Northerner who had just done 4 years. Did they succeed? No, they failed. And what happened? Tinubu, strategically, in 2015, he used a Northerner to remove an incumbent Southerner. Did he succeed? Yes. Because that is
he conceding to the fact that the North has a more political weight in the power game?
No. Let's look at it this way. Somebody from your zone, if you listen to Rufai said his election was rigged. But immediately the people rigged him out. They prevailed on him that he is a fellow Yoruba person that he contested with. Why not let him leave it? We have not had a good electoral system. This election is going to be written, like I've always told you, in 2027. They have already prepared it. Have they done electoral? Yes, have they done.
Do you have evidence to that?
No, I told you 2023 there was technical glitch, and they have not given us the excuse till today. Technical glitch, by my own definition, is the process of suspending an election so that you can write it instead of transmitting it. And there is no assurance
what
that it will not have in 2027.
If you say
so
that
if they write
rig
the
the
2027 and is a fellow Southerner that you're competing with, they will prevail on you. Please leave him. He's your fellow Southerner. And then that is how they will steal the election. So if you bring somebody from the Southeast, even if you win, they will steal it from him. Let me tell you the strategy that will make the Southeast man to be president. Do you know the Southwest has never contested election against an incumbent? Strategy. Because they know in Nigeria, if you don't have the establishment supporting you, even if you win, they will steal it from you. Olufalaye say it was stolen from him. If you ask me, I will say we won the election in 2023. It was stolen from us because we didn't have.
Peter Obi won the election.
That's my belief. In 2023, I believe it. But they stole it from us.
Let me ask
you.
And
if you do it again, they will steal it again from you because there is no incumbent to back you. But if you bring somebody from the north, nobody will prevail on him to leave his victory
quickly
because because he's not from the same side with you.
Yeah, quickly. How do you then tell Nigerians that the ruling party has said these people are spent, they've been in power? What new thing do they want to bring? How do they defend the failures of the past government, which they were part of? Some past governors, past ministers. How do you defend that the failures of this country in the past, you are coming and you say you want to redeem it? Would Nigerians believe the coalition and some of the elements in it?
Okay, let me give you an example. The worst of PDP now has become better than the best of APC. Assuming you talk about an Atiku, if he can take us to Obasanjo days, are we not going to celebrate? Assuming. Because the performance of APC has beatified. PDP has beatified. Whoever served, for instance, in Obasanjo's government, they paid off all our debts. You remember? And we were not owing. APC has borrowed Nigeria into about 177 trillion naira in debt without nothing to show for it. We are enjoying darkness, not light. I've told you now, people cannot fly to go and come back. I've told you how flood took away 500 persons in Niger State. The president has not gone to commiserate with them. I've told you how 500 persons were roasted by terrorists in Benue State. Now, if you get a president, assuming who was with Obasanjo, there was no security problem then. We were moving in the right direction. No debt, our economy became the largest in Africa. Assuming, wouldn't you be happy?
Right.
So when they say the same old people, please, APC should stop lying.
All right.
As regards coalition, as regards PDP, I mean, when PDP say they're going to discipline errand members, I don't believe what the PDP can't discipline itself. The PDP is a dog that can bark. It's a party in comatose. All the members of the party that did anti-party activities in the last elections, like, what did they do to them? Yeah, they suspended somebody, suspension hold water. The main dramatics personnel, can they suspend the person? I mean, the PDP can sort itself out. I don't even like talking about them too much. It's a party that is dead already on its way out. I'm sorry. As regards ADC, I must have to say some very harsh words this morning. This coalition, some people's ambition in this coalition will be the albatross of this coalition, and they're going to self-implode soon if care is not taken. See, I have always favored a southern presidency at a time like this because we believe that power, I believe, these are my convictions, that power should rotate between the north and the south. Although, if you ask me what my real convictions are, should be a Nigeria where competence is the order of the day, that we don't even have to care where you are from, as long as you can get the job done. But based on the reality of today, I will favor there should be a rotation. And we've always done that, so that some parts will not feel left out. But this idea that a lot of people are pushing, that, President Tinubu is Southern candidate, served 4 years. The other 4 years, they now want to push another candidate in, will kill this political party, this ADC they are cobbling together. Because the zeitgeist of the nation is at least the South should complete its 8-year term and the power can go back to the North. So if you want to bridge that, and I've been seeing some of them have been making the same argument they made in favor of Atiku in the last election, that, What about the fact that Jonathan used the term of the North? But the counter argument is, nobody objected when power went back to the North and Buhari beat Jonathan. So if you are making the argument now that, a Northern candidate is to bridge the gap, then it might just be the beginning of the end of the coalition. Because arguments that people like Wike also, and that's why sometimes, when you criticize Wike, you might not criticize him totally. Because the argument people also like Wike also make in the PDP was that it was the time for the South, and they felt that it was supposed to be zoned to the South, but another candidate came and they said, open primaries, and another candidate took it, and he took it away from them, and he feels disgruntled. So this idea, when it's supposed to be the turn of the South, and it's sad. I feel stupid talking about that we're sharing North and South rather than talking about competence, but that's the way Nigeria has become over the years. Because I will favor competence any day. So these arguments that, the North can come in and take it when the power is supposed to be, is a recipe for President Tinubu having a resounding victory in the next election. Because the zeitgeist of the nation is power from business. And also these arguments that they make, that is only Atiku Abubakar that can beat President Tinubu in an election. Can we test the argument empirically? Because I was not a child in 2019. They made the argument in 2019. It's only Atiku that can beat Buhari in an election. What happened to the argument? They made the argument in this last election. It's only Atiku that can face and beat Tinubu in an election. What happened to that argument? I am for people should test their might out in the playing field. Because if they do this, and that's why a lot of people are saying some people are favoring Atiku and all of that, anyway, David Magas, but if they do this, what it will result is that people like the Mobi and some other people will go and run on other political parties, and they will split vote like they did in the last election, and President Tinubu will enter cleanly. I yield the floor.
So my people, I hope you guys heard what Rufai Tackles said. Like he just said it all. If they try to give Atiku this presidential ticket in this opposition coalition, which means Tinubu is going to continue after 2027 because they're going to split the vote just as they did in 2023, right? Because Peter Obi would definitely go to another party to contest. So this is some of the reactions from Nigerians, like what they are saying concerning what Kenneth Okonkwo said yesterday in this particular interview that he just watched. So Morris said, "It is untenable for me to keep defending Kenneth Okonkwo. I genuinely thought that he was frustrated at the Abure's leadership, which I totally understood. It appears to be more. I do not agree with his recent take." So this person said under his comment, he is just a regular politician thinking he's getting back at Obi for disappointing him in his opinion, so he rather works against Peter Obi than supports him. Nigeria has an Igbo person's problem, and the Igbo people are also their own problems, because why do an Obi have to be a vice president to Atiku? Kenneth thinks his vote counts beyond one. He is also lobbying into Atiku's camp to become the next Baola and Reno for his political campaigns. Exactly. And another person said, politics is driven by individual interests, so be caution about trusting politicians, including newcomers like Kenneth. The future is uncertain, and no one knows what it will bring, good, bad, or ugly. One thing is clear. The coalition is pretending to lack a solid plan to keep its grand strategy hidden. In the end, mark my word, Peter Obi will prevail. And another person said, Kenneth Okonkwo was not just talking. He was advertising himself to work for Atiku and get Atiku's dollar. He said that he will likely be supporting Atiku. All I see is a man who is very confused and lacks integrity. Like more reactions, Nigerians are really giving Kenneth Okonkwo woto. Honestly, it is very, very hard to watch Kenneth Okonkwo, on national television saying all those things. This is a man who once claimed to be for equity and fairness, and today he's deviating from zoning. He said it doesn't matter, that is only the Northerners can remove Tinubu. Like how? Like, I believe that Nigerians cannot be deceived. Let's see how all these things is going to end anyway. But right now, I think it's high time for P2B to start looking for another platform, like another party to contest for presidential election in 2027, because there's no way P2B is going to win, these primaries in this opposition coalition, because this coalition, I think, is all about Atiku, and you guys know how they run their primaries. They use dollar to scatter everywhere. So P2B is not ready to give shishin. It's time for P2B to start thinking outside the box, right? Anyway, I don't know what you think. I would love you guys to leave your thought in the comment section as always. Subscribe for more updates if you haven't. Share the video, give it a like. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Senior Steve.